Quavo and Sweetie elevator surveillance video that's floating around the internet right now. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that I'm new to YouTube. Not new as far as me watching videos and stuff on YouTube, but I'm trying to get this channel started. So if you could subscribe to the channel, it don't cost you nothing. Just hit the subscribe button. I'm not asking for donations and all that other goofy shit. I just subscribe to the channel. Now, with that being said, I wanna um I wanna touch on this video that's floating around the internet right now with Quavo and Sweetie. I try to stay out of shit like this because what celebrities do, I really don't care about. Um, but you can't avoid it because the shit just be all over the place. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to build this channel, so I feel like I should touch on this, but not from the angle where everybody else is gonna touch upon it, where they're gonna sensationalize it and do all this other goofy shit that most of the people on YouTube do. I want to touch on it from the standpoint of where the information is coming from, for one. For two, I want to touch upon it from a respect angle. Now, we don't know what led up to that altercation and that footage. We also don't know how long TMZ has had that footage. But because Quavo and Sweetie is a hot topic right now, of course TMZ is going to capitalize off of that footage. That's what they do. They capitalize off of black pain and dysfunction. That's what TMZ does. If you expecting TMZ to do anything besides capitalize off of black pain and dysfunction, you wrong. It's the same thing with DJ Vlad. Same thing that his clown ass do. All he do is capitalize off of black pain and dysfunction. Now, with that being said, of course TMZ puts this video out today or whenever they put it out. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't, like I said, I try to stay away from some of this shit. If it don't, you know what I mean? I try to stay away from the things that don't interest me. But TMZ put this footage out because they always put footage out of our pain, of our downfalls, of our, you know what I mean, our most fucked up moments. That's what they do. Now, the other angle of this that I want to attack is the respect factor and the hypocrisy factor of some of this shit that we be seeing. Okay, so let me address this. Like I said, we don't know what happened leading up to that elevator footage, but I want to ask you dudes out here, you know what I mean, that you know what I mean, act on that type of frequency. Um, when did the respect for women fall out of place? I'm asking this because if you get into an altercation with a woman, your best case scenario is to walk away and leave. You want to know how I know this? Because a woman almost took my freedom away from me 6 years ago on some humbug shit. Just because I wanted her out of my house. I was done with her, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. As a man, I was in an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? That's shit that men ain't supposed to say. And by no means am I soft. I just don't believe in hitting women. So she would swing on me, throw shit at me, all this other shit, you know what I mean? And then it got to a point where I got tired of that shit. I wanted her to go. What did she do again? She swung on me. And then I said, okay, well, since you want to get physical, let me show you what physical look like. Long story short, you know what I mean? I made the biggest mistake of my fucking life. Now I ended up getting out of it because the woman in question was a piece of shit, and she had a fucking police record longer. Her police record was long, but I still made a mistake as a man by putting my hands on the woman. That was some coward shit. That was some super coward shit. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because as men, we could easily get tricked out of our bag. We could easily get tricked into doing something to a woman that's not in our character. Now, let me make this clear. I'm not taking up for this nigga Quavo at all. I don't know what transpired. This ain't me taking up for Quavo or none of that type of shit. Because I don't know what transpired. I only know what I saw, and I done seen worse from men, high profile men. I done seen worse on camera. That shit he did was still some sucker shit. But this is where the respect and the hypocrisy comes in with men. You would get all out of pocket, just like I was describing with a chick 6 7 years ago that almost took me away from my baby girl who I love the most on this planet. But I allowed this chick to get me out of my bag and get me out of my pocket to the point where I did some dumb shit that almost took my freedom away from me. The problem with men that act like this, the problem with men that allow somebody to trick them out of their bag, or the problem with a man that is just a straight sucker that just put his hands on the woman just because. The problem with that is that if somebody do that to your sister, your mama, your daughter, or you out for blood. You out for blood. You ready to kill something. But somehow in your brain you think that it's okay for you to do that to somebody else's sister, they daughter, they mama. This is the hypocrisy that needs to be addressed with these situations. And I'm pretty sure all his famous friends is gonna sugarcoat this bullshit. Cause most likely, you know what I mean. Like I said, I don't know the situation. I'm not even here to speculate on what happened in that situation. All I'm saying is that the hypocrisy needs to be stopped, man. It needs to be stopped. If you a man, keep your hands off of these fucking women. Because you got a daughter, you got a mama, you got a sister, you got an aunt that you don't want no man doing that too, but somehow you think that it's okay for you